I will respond to all the questions you've asked in consultation with the senators. Luckily, all the questions you ask is being processed by this committee. So you've asked the right questions to the right committee so that we don't refer you to another committee. Now, on the issue of financial autonomy, the Senate and this committee on behalf of the Senate have engaged extensively on the issue of financial autonomy, all the stakeholders. And lucky for you, the governors are too willing to make sure that this financial autonomy happens. The senators are in support of it. County Assembly Forum, CAF, is in support of it. And as such, what we have on our part is that we have processed the bill, and it was processed by this committee, and the Senate has passed that bill. It is now with the National Assembly, and I can give you the fununu a little bit from the National Assembly. They are 100% in support of it, so that is going to take shape in line with what we have passed. It's just the bill has been processed, it's passed by the Senate, it's with the National Assembly. Now all your other follow-up questions, 100% is addressed by that bill. I don't know whether you have information about the bill. The issue you've asked, why do county assemblies still rely heavily on the executive? If the financial autonomy becomes an act, that is addressed, right? Now you ask, what is the Senate doing to ensure timely disbursement of operational funds to county assemblies to avoid stalling oversight? It's still the same. Once you get the financial autonomy, that means the control of budget will be releasing your funds a bit differently against the disbursement schedule that will be passed by the Senate alongside the disbursement schedule that we pass for the executive. Can the committee support legislation or policy that creates a county assembly fund separate from the county revenue fund? That's also addressed in the same bill. You've just unbundled the bill, okay? Why do county assemblies lack the capacity to initiate and implement their own budget lines despite being distinct arms of the same? So it just fits into the same answers. You get autonomy, you will get allocation, and once you get allocation, the onus is upon you to budget. You understand? I know now you are at the mercy of the executive, particularly only on development. Otherwise, the Senate is doing the ceiling. And then what mechanisms are in place to prevent the executive from using budget control to manipulate the legislative agenda of county assemblies? Fortunately or unfortunately, I was a former governor for 10 years. What you share is founded. I started from 2013 to allocate each ward 20 million. Then the following year, I extended that to 30 million per ward. And up to now, my successor is doing the same. So each ward is getting some money, and there's no ward development fund that has been constituted. I believe there is need to make sure funds are devolved further to the lowest level. And I also believe the fears you've shared are founded. You're not in good books and you stand here and criticize the governor. If it is left to subjective judgment of the governor, then your ward may not see some serious development, and that requires a little bit of protection. However, I want to caution on the same basis, because sometimes we get clouded by the excitement to do that, but Kisii County as a county is competing with 46 other counties. It's not only ward development, but you need flagship projects that will also make sure Kisii County's evolution is very apparent and it's transforming lives. So the expectation need to be managed in terms of county-wide programs that are going to help the county shine and also create employment and do, visibility of the county a bit better. And that is the mandate of the governor, to make sure that happens, alongside making sure the county wards also get shareable revenue portion, to make sure development is not subjective at that level. So that now feeds into the last question about Ward Development Fund. That bill is with us, so I can combine, it feeds into each other. We are at the tail end of processing it, and we will pass it, God willing. These honorable members, including the senators, have a positive view of the same. So, and the objective we will pass with some percentage restriction, because I was there. Senator Eddy and Senator Onyonka, your senator, were courteous enough to respond to my invitation recently. They went to Mandera County. And and they've seen what devolution has done in Mandera in terms of it was a village. The effort we've done in terms of heavy capital projects to try and transform it into a city or town. Likewise, we want to pass the Ward Development Fund without denying the county to realize its serious potential to be able to grow. So that is just caution, so that you don't anticipate the entire development is going to be shared amongst how many wards do you have? 45 wards, and then we do some minute small projects at the ward, and then we come here, we criticize the Honorable Senator of Kisii County and the Governor by saying, why is it that there is no devolution visible programs? We don't want to do that. So we want to make sure we do it in moderation. That answers the Ward Development Fund issue. The bill is with us, it's at the tail end of the process. Then budget disbursement control. There are frequent delays in disbursement. We have engaged the control of budget and will continue engaging. However, I feel once we pass the financial autonomy, it becomes an act, and you have a disbursement schedule for counties, assemblies, that is not pegged to the executive, then because yours is recurrent expenditure, it will not have a lot of complication of LSOs, LPOs, and contracts and that issue to delay. Because right now the control of budget must verify the legitimacy of the funds being requested before funds are approved. But the county assembly is just recurrent expenditure. I do not anticipate much challenge after this financial autonomy bill is passed in terms of funds flow. So that also is addressed in that context. The issue of laxity in legislation and oversight, if there is any of my colleagues who would like to add later, I'll give them the chance. Why do most county assemblies pass very few private member bills or progressive legislation beyond basic approvals of budgets? Now, do you want me to answer that one, Majority Leader? So now that one, the Majority Leader will answer. He'll humbly answer, because that is, you have been given mandate, the law to support the mandate, and you're supposed to be passing bills beyond private member bills. If you're not doing it, it's a good indicator for us. If there is need for you to get some capacity building through the Speaker or the Clerk, write to the Senate, and the Senate will help you maybe to get attachment for a few of you to come to the respective departments to help you in capacity building. That is your big brother. You can use that. So does the Senate believe that MCAs are adequately trained or supported to draft, debate, and pass meaningful laws for their counties? That question could not have come to the right person more than me. Because the 10 years I was there, we've spent a lot of money on training and capacity building and legislative drafting. And we've encouraged county assemblies to get legislative draft as legal people, and they have done the same. Those ones have been trained, and the training has not ended. It is ongoing even now. From time to time, the drafters are called and retrained. And if there is any gap in the County Assembly of Kisii, let us know. There are many entities that can help so that you're able to benefit from it. We believe with conviction, we are not any different. Okay? Majority Leader, what is your highest level of education?